There's something that's been stirring in my mind recently. I know that outspoken anti-theists like me are usually pretty hard on biblical morality when it comes to the issue of slavery. The common apologetics argument from practitioners of the Abrahamic faiths is, of course, that slavery in Bible times was different and more humane than the kind of slavery that we African Americans think about when we reflect on it as a people and our experience with the institution. I personally don't think that holds water when you read the Law of Moses, but whatever. Something struck me, though, and I want to ask the believers who see this video something. To me, it seems that by making this argument that slavery wasn't so bad back in the day, believers fundamentally undermine one of the most important stories of the Bible. That, of course, being the story of the Exodus and how Yahweh sent Moses and his brother Aaron to deliver the Hebrews out of bondage in Egypt. Now, there's some disagreement among Egyptologists and scholars of the ancient world about whether the concept of slavery actually existed in ancient Egypt, but most followers of the Western monotheisms interpret the Passover story as being about Hebrew enslavement, so I will do the same. So, in any case, returning to my question, if slavery was not so bad in those ancient times and was morally acceptable, how is it and why is it that Yahweh told Moses through the burning bush that he could hear the Israelites cry for liberation and was so grieved by their mistreatment? Why would he need to dispatch Moses and Aaron to demand that the Pharaoh release these people? Why would it be necessary to strike Egypt with such severe supernatural plagues, up to and including the horrific violence of the Passover, if the slavery that the Hebrews faced wasn't really all that bad? I find the Exodus to be a strange book looking back at it now as an ex-fundamentalist and an African-American critic of biblical morality because it has what seems to be both powerful abolitionist anti-slavery elements and passages that specifically regulate the institution of slavery. The conflict of this duality led me to a startling revelation after I deconverted. Despite the great inspiration it gave to black slaves in the pre-Civil War South, as evidenced by the so-called Negro spirituals and hymns that are still popular in African American churches today, the story of the Exodus is not an abolitionist story. It is a story in which Yahweh gets upset about his special group of people being enslaved and mistreated. In the Exodus, Yahweh does not condemn the practice of slavery for all people everywhere, for all eternity, as the pre-Civil War slavery apologists pointed out, but only regarding his chosen people. To me, it seems it would have been a simple thing for Yahweh to add something to the Mosaic Law basically stating, "Thou shalt not buy and sell thy fellow human beings made in Yahweh's image as property. It is an abomination, for you were slaves in Egypt, and you shall not put others under that bondage." We get no such passage in the Law of Moses. Anyway, believers, I want your thoughts on this. Answer the questions by questioning the answers. I look forward to your responses.